great to see that Caleb had a game that he had, but it's nothing like for any player. And when you're out there competing and the first play and then the ball hits your hands and then your first shot goes in, you feel a lot of sign of relief. You feel good about yourself, and you feel like it's going to be a good night. But then, as you can see, he made some really good plays, whether it was driving to the basket to finish with and one, or he was shooting a shot when he felt that as soon as it hit his hands, not thinking once about it or twice about it, excuse me. And with that, just the confidence is there. Now, yes, it's not where he's missed shots where we've been harping on it. No, we haven't, not at all. I don't want him or any of his teammates to overthink it or overanalyze. When you go through a shooting slump, as some would say, there's a lot of season to be played, a lot of games left. You have your opportunity again.
Juwan Howard did everything well for you tonight, and the passing was maybe as good as anything. Talk about what he gave you all around it in that area of the game.
Well, it was great to have him back healthy on the floor, and his presence out there, he just makes his teammates better. He's gonna get doubled. He's been able to make plays for others when he gets doubled. He also is skilled enough when he's playing against his man one-on-one in the post, or whether he's making shots on the perimeter, whether it's mid-range or threes. He's found ways to impact the game, not just with the ball going in the basket, but just being out there, altering shots on the defensive end. He had a couple of blocks that was really strong for us when they got the ball in the paint, trying to finish over one of our players. Hunter was there helping out defensively, being very impactful.
Juwan, going back to Caleb, Devontae said that over the last month during the shooting slump, he still stayed level-headed. He was still in the gym taking the same approach. I'm curious, what did you see from Caleb from a demeanor standpoint and maybe his attitude even during a shooting slump?
Caleb's a great kid, and he's come from a great family. Mom and dad have done a phenomenal job, and really keeping him balanced and how he approaches everything. He always have this one face, and I call it like the Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan face, where it never seems so rattled, whether where it's going high for you or going low. But then there are times when he will get emotional and let players know when players start talking at him. But he's a competitor, and throughout since he's been here, every time he's been in the gym working on his game. When it's time when he's not with coaches, when we're not allowed to work consistently, he's been consistent in being consistent and getting his work in.
Right in the middle with Michael. Juwan, the defense forced 10 turnovers in the first half. What did you like about the way you guys played on that end of the floor and how it sparked some offense going the other way?
Well, I love our defensive disposition, especially in the first 5 minutes of a ball game. Before that was the first time out. Our guys are really active, getting deflections into their man, really causing a lot of disruption. I think it was like 11 to 4, and some of the shots that were made in that, 4 points. Those 2 shots were shots that Maryland had to earn. It was nothing easy, and I thought, our first half set the tone, but then in the second half we did have a letdown defensively where I think they went like 7 for 7 in the first 4 or 5 minutes in the second half, and that's not us. That's why I called the timeout, knowing reminding our guys, like I did at halftime, about Maryland's a very good second half team, and let's not get caught scoreboard watching. But overall, I love the way how we competed.
Okay, in the middle with Andrew.
Well, and I know you said your guys have stayed positive throughout this, but after a little bit of losing, do you sense any, relief or just extra joy to make shots and win things?
But it's more than just making shots. It's about the effort and the grit. And we had the effort and the grit, versus Illinois. Unfortunately, it just didn't go our way. We had the effort and grit today, and we kept it on. And we also had some more healthier bodies that was available. And one big guy that we just finished talking about was Hunter. It's good to have one of your best players back and healthy, and so that helped, and it helped us and gave us the lift that we needed.
So there with John.
Did you know how much you would get out of Hunter tonight? 30 minutes, I don't know if that was...
Good question. 30 minutes. Every time at our timeout, whether it was a TV timeout or a timeout that we may have called, or Maryland. And I always ask him, you know, are you okay? You need a sub? I think he got tired of hearing me say it. He kept saying no. But there one time I was like, you know what, you've been logged a lot of minutes and don't want to overdo it. But he's a competitor, man. He missed being out there with his teammates, and it's just good that now we have a day or so of rest, and he can rest his body, and because it's gonna be sore tomorrow because you haven't had that chance to play in a live action game where you're going up and down and you're banging on your opponents, and it's not like how in practice where some guys may take it a little bit easier on you because they want to get you hurt or anything like that. But your opponent like Maryland, they're not taking any possessions off, so it'll be good for him to get in the cold tub. He would need it.
On the right was Nick.
Well, you got to think 5 assists on Friday as a team against Illinois, and tonight you brought up 19. What did you see that was different with ball movement tonight, and what did you like to see from him?
Well, Nick, after you had mentioned it in post game in Champaign, I really got on our team about that we need to do a better job, because Nick said to move the basketball and get more assists, because 5 assists is not going to get it done. And there were too many one-on-one actions. We had to really move the basketball and make plays for others. I told him that Nick was going to really get down on them about it and hold them accountable, and I guess they listened. So I'm going to use you as an example every time, Nick.
Right in the middle was Michael.
Juwan, Musa led the team in minutes tonight with 30, and some of the smaller lineups that Maryland played, was that an example of what Musa can provide defensively in terms of being able to guard whoever they have out there if the team decides to go smaller?
Well, I always said this, that one of Musa's biggest strengths is he's a guy that can guard 1 through 5, and that's pretty special for someone with that stature of being 6'11", and to be able to sit down low, move your feet, and then just be a competitor. And that's who he is. That's his makeup. And we're going to use him all over the floor. And with our team, I look at Musa as being positionless.